Alright guys, so this is the first video that we're doing since we've gotten partnered on YouTube. And the first game we're going to be playing, the first one we're going to be playing is The Advisor. Similar to how we used to play The Test, well, I mean, we've played like basically every game that this developer has released. So the dev reached out to me, he asked me to play this one too. So here we go with The Advisor Episode 1. Don't know what the theme in this one is, like you guys know, there's always a different theme, depending on what game this guy releases, so we'll see what this one is. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. What the? Dude's tied up. What is this? How did this happen? Said Billy Buckles. Hello, Mr. Horse. I can't believe I'm stuck here. What are they going to do with us? Wait, so this guy's chained up. This guy's all cool right here. We're going to die in here, aren't we? Highly unlikely. Magnus is not afraid at all. Also, he is the most anime of anime characters. Hey, what's up, Moody? Oh, yeah. Why do you say that? Because the King's Guard don't typically slaughter prisoners in their cells. I feel like he's setting up for, like, they slaughter us, like, right when they walk outside. Or, no, they don't slaughter us, they just torture us. Something like that. Well, that's a bit of good news, right? They would much rather drag us out into the town square and execute us in front of the townsfolk to make a public example out of us. Yeah, see, that's what I said. Like, it was very obvious where anime guy was going with this. I thought you said we weren't likely to die. Yeah, in the cell. No, I said we weren't likely to die in here. You see? I know all his shtick. It'd be highly improbable and quite a waste when they could use our execution as a deterrent. Thanks for the sub, Pumpkin. Appreciate it. To those seeking to commit crimes against the kingdom. Well, you seem awfully content with our circumstances. Why are you so calm? There's no use worrying about what we cannot control. It takes valuable time and mental energy away from what matters, and that's finding a solution to the problem at hand. Or in other words, focusing on what we do have control over. Oh, yeah? So then, I'm assuming you have some grand plan or something? It's already unfolding as we speak. His grand plan is to just sit here and do nothing. Oh, look at this guy! Hey, what's with all this talking going on? Don't you know how to be quiet? We're sorry, sir! Thanks for the sub, Ika. Hey, what's up, Draga? Zanbat, it's been 45 billion years since you've been on Twitch. I know. We just got partnered, so I'm just happy that we're back here on Twitch as well. Love both platforms. Great platforms. We're sorry, sir. It won't happen again. We'll shut up right quick. Since when is speaking a crime? Hey, Billy. What was that, prisoner? He didn't mean anything by it. He's gonna get old guy, like, killed. Or he's got magic power and he can break out whenever he wants to. I don't know. He's very anime-esque, so it's one or the other. He just had a frog in his throat. I'm actually not sure that he was even speaking words. Actually, I think the real crime is that you think it's acceptable to walk up and ruin our perfectly good conversation. Really quite rude, if you ask me. What the hell do you think you're doing? You're going to get us killed! Well, it's a good thing I wasn't asking you, filth. I think someone ought to teach you a lesson for talking back like that. Well, now you've done it. I tend to find myself on a never-ending journey for knowledge. I would absolutely love to learn a lesson, if only there was someone here educated enough to teach it to me. I love how cocky this guy is. He's such a stereotypical, like, anime emo character. Bloody hell, mate. Are you fucking mental? I think I've heard enough of, I've heard about enough out of you, scum. I'll be taking that tongue of yours, hope you don't mind. Now, hold still. Thanks for the, sub, Mr. James and Watch. Appreciate it. Now hold still. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to make sure you never speak again. I think I'm gonna be sick. I can't watch this. I mean, I didn't think my stream was that bad. What was this? What? What in the hell is this trickery? I don't know. Now allow me to teach you a lesson. Oh, why? You should never piss off a magician. Oh. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Oh! I can tell that they kind of expanded how intense their games are getting. Now there's people look at this guy. Horse, when you edit this, I want you to zoom in on his tiny stupid face. Well, what's left of it. You killed him. That would be putting it lightly, yes. Are you going to kill me? Not if I don't have to. Wait. So, is this gonna turn into a situation where the old man is gonna be asked the questions by the magician? I wonder. Oh god, he redeemed Myrtle. So this means I'm free? No, ask him questions. I'm free! Oh, praise the gods, I will see the light of day again. Oh, this... Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, they're multiplying. Well, that hope was certainly short. I'm free! And then just sad face. Thanks for the sub, Templety. I don't suppose you're housekeeping. But just it appears that I've made an awfully big mess. Oh. Oh. So this is the mighty Magnus. Magician, pyromaniac, murderer. You make me sound like such a bad guy with that choice of tone, King. Yes, well, you don't have the best of reputations across the land for being a good Samaritan. For example, if I were to look here at your list of charges, it would appear that up until moments ago, you've been held prisoner for setting blaze to... Let's see. 4 barns, 3 merchant stands, the local inn, a stable... Oh, he killed Horse. Horse, you're in every game, but in this one you're apparently dead. The library, the church, a farm just outside the castle. Hey, thanks for the follow, Detective... well, that's Bay. Thanks for the follow, Bay. A farm just outside the castle containing my favorite cattle in the orphanage. Wow. Wow, he killed Horse. The library was an accident. I hope he says everything else was on purpose. Yes, well, the list doesn't end there. Let's take a look at the casualties of your actions, shall we? If you insist. During your reckless pyromaniacal killing spree, you managed to incinerate 10 men, 4 women, several children. Jesus! 2 dogs and a cat. Excuse me, King, but what kind of monster do you take me for? To think that I'd harm 2 dogs and a cat. Okay. Okay. It's obvious to me that you not only lack a conscience, but along with it a lack of self-control and ability to keep your mouth shut. I assure you, King, the ability is present, the desire is what's missing. This guy is such a goofball. Even still, I've come to realize that you're far too great of a threat to keep locked away in my dungeons, and I do not wish to make an enemy of you. Well, that's a surprise. You're smarter than... Just insulting the king right to his face. Instead of attempting to punish you... Oh, he's gonna ask the questions. As I'm sure it would end poorly for my men, I would like to offer you a deal. I'm listening A man of your power has obviously been around a while, seen many things in his journeys, discovered many secrets, read much in his travels about things of our lands. This would be an accurate assessment, King. Now get to the point, would you? I want you to be my royal advisor. What happened to the old man? You want me to advise you? That's what I said, yes. And you trust me enough for such a powerful position? Absolutely not. However, I'm taking a calculated risk. You see, Magnus, I can either let you go, or I can attempt to take advantage of the blessing that the gods have laid before me when you came burning your way across my kingdom. If I can give you a reason to stay in here, it means I don't have to worry about what you might do out there. And if I can give you enough of a reason to not betray me, then your expertise would come in handy with the problems we've been having around here. I find your offer interesting. To a man with an unquenchable thirst for knowledge and new experiences, interesting is about as good of a response as I can hope for. Again, I must say, you're not as dumb as you look, King. If I were to accept your offer, what would I get in return? Well, what would you like? I honestly have no idea what he's going to say. He doesn't seem like he's going to say something perverted. But I feel like he's going to, like, want the souls of the innocent. I don't know. The man in the cells with me. Who is he? Billy Buckles. A local merchant. He usually peddles various wares, whatever he can get his hands on to feed his family, so I hear. Let him go. What was his crime? Tax evasion. Of course. Tax evasion? You have locked him in the royal palace dungeons for tax evasion? He somehow managed to weasel his way out of paying for over a decade. By the time we found out, he had racked up over 3,000 shillings worth of debt to the kingdom. You don't say. A lowly peddler who acquires random wares that somehow manages to outsmart the king's tax collectors for that long. Something doesn't add up. What is it you're implying, magician? Well, either he's more intelligent and talented than he leads on, and common goods isn't the only thing Billy Buckles is peddling, or your kingdom is so poorly run that you need my help more than you'd care to admit. Both of these things may simultaneously be true, Magnus. I can confirm that it isn't easy to admit weakness for me, but what I've been doing hasn't worked for years, and I've dug myself quite the hole. My brother, Lord Farron, has waged war against my kingdom. My people are unsettled, which has led to economical depression. Food and supplies are getting more difficult to come by, and my army's morale is shifting southward. It's really nice to see you guys, too. It's good to be back on Twitch. Love both YouTube and Twitch. And thanks so much for helping me get partnered on YouTube, you guys. Love you. If I don't find a way to turn my kingdom around quickly, Farron will usurp my throne and take everything our father built. And that's where Magnus enters stage left, I see now. Yes, now you see. So will you help me or not? Billy Buckles the merchant. Free him from his shackles and let him go back to his family. Pardon him of his crimes and wipe his debt clean. And we, sir, have a deal. Why do you care about some lowly old merchant man? Out of all the things you could ask for, you choose this? You see, your highness, your failure to comprehend the steps towards what I stand to gain from making this bargain is precisely why you're hiring me to turn your kingdom around, instead of doing it yourself. Damn! As much as your words sting my soul, Magnus, I suppose you're right. I may not see the logic in your reasoning, but I do trust it nonetheless. I think we've had enough small talk. Time is of the essence, yes. Perhaps we should get to the root of the problem and start solving some of these pressing issues. Agreed. I'll start by asking you a plethora of questions. I want you to answer them for me. Sounds a bit like an interrogation. In a way, it is. Some of my questions will be to determine to what degree I can place my trust in you, and some of these questions will be to determine your level of knowledge in various areas. While I'm analyzing your problem-solving skills, I'll also be slipping in hypothetical situations and scenarios in which you will provide an answer that theoretically will help me turn my kingdom around. Then on with it, King. My participation comes from a willing mind, but my patience runs thin, like the hairline you cover with that enormous golden crown of yours. He just can't stop taking shots at the king. He can't stop. Well, now you're just being nasty. No, that was a general observation. If you want to see nasty, you should see what I left splattered across your dungeon walls. Yes, I heard about Guardsman Taylor. He was he was one of my favorites. Whoops. We should probably get started. A stellar idea, Your Highness. I'm ready when you are. Then let us begin. Food, supplies, nutrition, all important aspects of building and maintaining a strong army and keeping the morale of the people trending upwards. Let's see how resourceful you are and how quick of a problem solver you may be. Are you confident in your ability to determine which foods would best benefit a marching army? No! Because I only... Okay, yes. It's pretty obvious. Let's get him some vegetables and meat. I'm sure I could figure it out relatively easily. My mother always made me eat my vegetables. See? We're on the same page. Would you consider yourself to be a healthy individual? Yes. Well, guys, my workaholism and the stuff I put myself through, would you consider me healthy? I'll let you guys tell me. Do you think I'm a healthy individual? You guys have known me for quite some time now. So you guys can answer that one. Yes, no, no, Zen. Yes. I'm getting one no, one yes so far. Anyone else? Do you guys think I'm healthy? Yes, a little. That's 2 yeses. Anyone else? Anyone else? Conflicted. You see, because I'm conflicted too. I'm not 100% sure. Zen needs to rest more. Okay. I think the consensus rests in I need to rest more. But I'd say that I'm healthy. I'm just a workaholic, as you guys know. Of course. At least healthier than Guardsman Taylor, wouldn't you agree? just keeps taking shots at the guy that he murdered. Being a workaholic isn't healthy. I can agree with that. Would you consider yourself to be a good cook? Actually, yes. I think I'm a pretty good cook. I tend to do all of my cooking myself. I don't trust others with my food. Are you able to follow directions for recipes easily? Yeah. Do I come across as someone who struggles with reading? Of course I'm able. Are you good at making up your own cooking recipes? This is a very cooking-based thing. This is a very cooking-based thing. But no, I tend to follow predetermined recipes. So no, I'm gonna go with no. Hey, thanks for the sub, Toxic. Welcome back, buddy. I could certainly think of better uses of my time. Have you ever fantasized about being in a cooking competition? Yes, actually yes, once. But I was setting the other contestants on fire. Do you feel like you have what it takes to win a cooking competition? No. I'm an amateur. I have a long way to learn. I'm a man of many talents, though that may not be the one I'm confident in. Are you able to identify and determine whether or not a wild growing fruit or vegetable is edible or toxic? No, I would just ask Toxic. He just joined the chat and subbed. No, but I'm sure... I'd be sure to feed it to someone so I don't like first, just in case. If you were in the wilderness and you had to forage to survive, do you believe that you could make it 3 months without any aid from others? No. Probably not. I might die of boredom without having someone around to make fun of for that long. Do you consider yourself to be a capable hunter? No, I've never done hunting. I've never had to hunt for my food before, though I've been known to conjure quite a magically delicious bowl of cereal every now and then. I could get on board with that. Do you prefer... So, every single one of the games like this, Moody, it's all thematic. So, like, there was one about, like, horror. Well, there's a couple about horror. Then there was one, some about survival. Then there was one that was, like, all sexual. I guess the theme of this one is cooking based, yeah? I didn't look at it. The developer just asked me to play it because I've played all his other games. So I guess this is themed around cooking. And I guess that's why I lit some dude on fire at the start of the game. Do you prefer to eat meat or veggies? Do you prefer to eat meat over veggies? No, I actually prefer veggies over meat. Not that I dislike meat. I just tend to like vegetables more. I'm not all that picky, really. Are you confident in your ability to make a nutritious and filling meal with minimal ingredients? Yes. You'd be amazed at what I can conjure when I put my mind to it. Do you think it's important to train the troops to be able to forage for themselves and die? Yes. This game is called The Advisor, Part 1. A soldier that can take care of themselves is a soldier worth keeping. Your guy prefers to eat the carcasses of his enemies? Obviously, that would be delicious. Do you feel like adequate nutrition is among the top priorities for a marching army? Yeah, I mean, probably, right? And army marches on its stomach before it marches on its feet. That's very profound and probably accurate. Do you think that soldiers should get a choice in the food they eat? Yeah, I mean, it's a question of morale, right? If he gets to... Yeah, look, that's exactly what he's saying. I think offering a choice would drastically boost morale. If they can choose what they want to eat and they're not stuck eating whatever you feed them, then they'd be much happier. A happier soldier is a more productive soldier. Do you think it's ever acceptable to drink water from a still pond? I mean, in an extreme situation, maybe. It's probably not preferable. No. Do you want dysentery? Because that's how you get dysentery. If your strongest soldier was hungry, would you give up your own food rations to fill... Yeah. You guys know I can last quite a while without food, water, sleep, anything. If it meant an increased chance of victory, surely. If there was only enough water to quench one soldier's thirst, would you have two soldiers fight to determine who gets the water? No! What the fuck? If we're short on water, soldiers fighting amongst themselves is the last thing we need. Do you believe that food is more important than water when preparing for battle? No. Because dehydration is the first thing that's going to screw you in something like that. Of course not. Water is of the utmost importance, always. Do you think that you'd be good at managing all the food and water intake of a marching army? Yeah. I think I'd be good at managing pretty much any task given a yes. Do you think it's more beneficial for an army to fight a battle on a full stomach or an empty stomach? They're going to be filled with energy. Full stomach. Fighting on a full stomach, of course. We need our army... He says everything I'm thinking. He is a magician. Which do you think is a better skill to teach your troops? Foraging or hunting? Foraging, obviously. Hands down. Because if you're forced to always have to hunt for your food, A, it's going to be solely dependent on when and if you're able to find prey. A soldier who can forage is far better off. Which do you think is a better skill to teach your troops? Gathering food or purifying water? Purifying water, obviously. Purifying water is a skill that always comes in handy. Would you rather feed your troops a diet consisting of 90% meat and 10 veggies? No, vegetables. Mostly vegetables. Hands down. A diet consisting mainly of vegetables will provide more nutrition overall. And again, it comes back to foraging versus hunting. You want to be able to forage. Forage will always beat hunting. Would you rather have your troops resort to cannibalism in order to survive or fight a battle while starving? Fight on an empty stomach. Because cannibalism will resort... there's probably going to be a lot of unforeseen circumstances that are going to befall my soldiers if they're cannibals. Also, that's going to drastically decrease morale. Fight on an empty stomach. Resorting to cannibalism would drastically reduce morale. Look! Everything that I say, he just says it. Everything that I say, he just says it. He is a magician. He's a magician. He can read my mind. It would be better to fight on an empty stomach. Would you rather your troops fight a battle high on wild forest mushrooms or drunk on the finest ale the kingdom has to offer? High. High. No, it's very obvious. I'd rather them be out of their mind on mushrooms. I just think it would be a rather hilarious spectacle. Would you rather give extra rations to your strongest warriors or to your weakest warriors? My weakest warriors, to build their strength. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Basically what I said. Would you rather give food rations as a reward or take away food rations as a punishment? Obviously as a reward. It incentivizes harder work. If your troops are dying of thirst, would you rather they have tainted water or no water at all? No water at all. Because being thirsty versus getting extremely sick. No brainer. Tainted water will lead to far greater problems. We'd have to find an alternative. Yeah, exactly. If rations became scarce, would you rather starve yourself, reducing your mental clarity and tactical prowess, or starve one of your soldiers, weakening them before battle? I can survive anything. I'm a survivor. I'd rather starve myself. I don't require much to eat. I've dealt with starvation on plenty of occasions, and my mental clarity has never faltered. Hell yeah. If you could feed your troops food that increased their strength and endurance substantially, or different food that increased their agility and precision substantially, which would you choose? Endurance all the way. How is this even a question? Always endurance. Strength and endurance is of paramount importance. Would you rather feed your troops food that makes them 10% smarter? Smarter. More tactically sound. Brains beats brawn any day. Absolutely. Well, I mean, depends. If you're talking a guy that's like 150 pounds versus a guy that's like 240 pounds, the guy that's 150 pounds just will not be able to put out the damage that he needs to. It's just the bottom line. He'll basically be able to just pin him down, and the smarter, skinnier guy is just screwed. This isn't an anime. Muscle will beat smarts in an actual fight that weighted against the other guy. Would you rather feed your troops food that gives them a massive burst of energy for 10 minutes or steady amount of energy? Steady amount of energy. Thanks for the follow, Hobbit. Appreciate it, pal. Slow and steady wins the race, or so I hear. If you were to capture enemy troops, would you rather feed them rations and keep them alive or starve them to death? No. Keep them fed and alive. This is something really important, but torturing never freaking works. Never works. I don't care how many movies you've seen about torture. It never works. Now, if you keep them happy, you feed them well, and you have and you try to build a relationship with them, they are going to be much more compliant. Potentially even supplying you with information on their side too. But torturing them, they'll tell you anything that you ask them to tell them. They'll even tell you lies if you ask them to tell you lies. Never torture. Yeah, keep them fed and alive. Exactly. Exactly. I'm sure we could turn a foe into a friend with enough food. This guy understands. This guy understands. Always torture Zen. Okay, you know, it works on me. Oh god, 2SR. We're going to be doing 2SR streams again. If you ran out of rations and had to resort to killing and cooking prisoners of war to sustain your troops, would you tell them or keep it a secret? Oh god. This is where the questions get real. This is where the questions get really, really real. Keep it a secret. So we don't lower morale. What they don't know won't hurt them. Oh, it will. It will. Your troops have been marching for many days, and your rations are nearly depleted. Wildlife in the area has been scarce in your travels, but there's a peaceful village not too far off in the horizon. Oh, they're gonna ask us to like steal all their resources and kill them and shit. What would you do? Send my men hunting and hope for the best. Ask the village if they wouldn't mind sparing food. Ask the village if they wouldn't mind sparing. 2SR is the reason why I watch these streams. Dear God, I'm going to die. I can be very persuasive with the locals. You've captured an enemy soldier who claims to be the best chef in all the land. He says that if you spare his life, you will cook meals for your troops that are more nutritious and will go further than what they're currently eating. What do you do? Let the chef cook. Why not? If I could get him onto my side, even better. Give the chef a chance. If he makes a poor meal, we'll just make him into the next meal, won't we? You've come across a potentially bountiful harvest of unknown mushrooms that could be added to your food supply. You're in a foreign land. You've never seen this type of mushroom before, but an old man passing by claims that the mushrooms are good to eat. Have one of your soldiers eat the mushrooms. I would be like, hey, who wants to try this potentially deadly toxic mushroom? I'm sure there would be someone dumb enough to be like, hell yeah, I would. And then there's your guy. There's your guy. I'm sure we could find a stout volunteer among our troops. You're running low on funds for food rations. You need to choose which foods to cut back on. You must cut back by 10% on one of the 4 categories. What do you do? Meat. Meat for sure. It's not even a question. First of all, grains are sustainable. So is vegetables. And water is non-negotiable. A little less meat won't hurt us much. Your troops are starving, and there's a big battle on the horizon. One more night's sleep and your men will be off to war to decide the fate of your kingdom. You have a few dozen prisoners from the opposing army held captive. Your chef thinks that it might be a good idea to resort to cannibalism. What do you do? Force the prisoners to hunt for food. Do a 2SR on Nuzlocke stream. No! I am not doing that. It's going to be one or the other. It's going to be one or the other. That sounds insane. Because I know what would happen. I'd get past the 3rd gym and I'd get 2SR'd. Or I'd clear the 2nd gym and I'd get 2SR'd. I would never get past this challenge. I know I would never get past this challenge. Were you in the community when I was doing 2SR Jump King? Because it was not a good time. It was not a good time to be Zen. If we're... Or just 2SR Outlast. Holy shit. It was not a good time to be me. If we're going to keep prisoners, they might as well be put to use. It was not an amazing time to be me. I'll say that. Which I'm going to be reviving those types of streams now. I love the 2SR Outlast streams. Mr. Dillon, I appreciate that you love them, but they were terrible for my psyche. I'm going to be doing them again, but man, was that bad for me. A small fort rests just over the mountains. About a half a day's travel away. You have good intel that the fort contains a bountiful amount of food. If you were to overtake the fort, you wouldn't be able to stay long, as you must continue your march. You would only be able to take 20% of the food with you. On top of that, your men don't really need the extra food. What do you do? Leave the fort alone and march on. If we don't need to get into a fight, we should avoid it. War is fought in inches. We don't need to take any unnecessary steps if we can avoid it. Exactly. Your horses have grown ill from the bad weather in foreign lands, and you have a feeling that they're going to start dropping like flies in the next day or so. What do you do? Put the horses down. Yeah, always kill the horse. Always kill horses. Even if they're not ill, you should kill the horses. Put the horses down and bury them. Put the horses down and harvest them. Continue riding on your horses until they drop. Yeah, I'm gonna put the horses down. They're gonna die. Goodbye, horse. I think if Rena watches this video, which she probably will, she's gonna hate me for this answer. So maybe I shouldn't say this answer. In fact, I'm 100% sure she's gonna point out that I killed the horses and she's gonna get mad at me. Maybe I shouldn't kill the ill horses. Then again, I think it's cruel to ride them until they die. Man, there's no right answer here. I'm just gonna put them down. Or, no. I'm gonna let them live. Let them die naturally. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, I agree. Very good. I will be taking note of all the answers you give. Well, I would surely hope so. Now, how about we delve into the world of divine blessings, magic, and curses? Well, now you're talking my language, sweetheart. We'll see if you know as much as you let on. Do you believe that magic has the potential to solve all problems? No. No, but it does make problems a lot more fun to deal with. Do you believe in the power of divinity? No. You mean some form of higher power? I've yet to meet anything stronger than myself. I like the way this guy talks. Have you ever said a prayer? Yes. Once, but it went unanswered. Would you regret casting a spell on your enemies? No. If they've invoked my wrath, they deserve whatever's coming to them. Would you consider yourself to be superstitious? No. No, but I am a little stitious. Have you ever been cursed or felt like you were cursed? No. Curses only affect the weak-minded. I am far from that. Do you think that evil magic exists? No. Good and evil are relative terms. Magic is magic. If you were the most powerful magician in the world, would you choose to rule it? Yes. What do you mean, if? Regardless of your silly question, the answer is yes, and I plan to. If you could cast a curse on an entire group of people, would you do it? No. Curses are something that take great length to unravel. I have not the time nor patience for such arts. Would you consider yourself to have a pure heart? No. What heart? Do you believe that what goes around comes around? No. I believe that sometimes you get caught and sometimes you don't. Have you ever wished ill upon your enemies? No. I don't put stock in wishes. I make things happen. Do you believe that everyone has their demons? Yes. Of course. Some are just darker than others. Completely agree. Have you ever wished your enemies well? Yeah. Of course I wish my enemies well. Well done with some nice charred grill marks. Have you ever wished ill upon your loved ones? No. What makes you think I have loved ones? Have you ever wished ill upon yourself? Yes. Well, considering I'm standing here answering all your mind-numbing, soul-crushing, pain-inducing questions, I'd say I must be a glutton for punishment. I am definitely a glutton for punishment. If you had a spell that could turn back time, would you use it? Yes! I have, and I would again. If you had a spell that could blink you into the future, would you use it? Yes. Perhaps even if only for a few moments. Would you ever use magic to make a living? Yes. I've been doing so my entire life. Do you believe that magic has its limits? Yes. Everything has its limits. Would you rather be able to bless others or curse others? Probably bless others. Well, I can do both. I think I'd prefer to bless others if they're my only options. Would you rather be blessed with luck or intelligence? Holy shit! If I could get blessed with luck, I would literally be unfucking stoppable. Nothing could stop me. I would take over the world. I'm going with luck. Come now, luck, obviously. If I were any more intelligent, I might be dangerous. I would stop you. Oh, yeah, I know. I know. The universe would stop me if I had the option to get blessed with good luck. Holy shit. If I could actually get good luck, goddamn, I would literally be unstoppable, dude. Would you rather be guarded by an angel or protected by a demon? Protected by a demon? How is that even a question? No matter what way you cut it, the results remain the same. I would need either of them to assist me, but if I had to choose, I suppose I'd pick the demon. At least I'd know I'd be in good company. Would you rather be able to read minds or talk to the dead? Read minds? Talk to the dead is fucking useless. The power to know what people are thinking as they're thinking can provide a great deal of power over any situation. Would you rather be able to transport someone besides yourself to a location far away once per day, or teleport yourself once per month? I think I would rather be able to teleport myself once per month, because this is a good way to escape. That way I could plan my escape with ease. Look at that. Would you rather be able to heal wounds or cause severe magical harm? Heal wounds. Cause severe magical harm. Harm. Let's go with harm. Would you rather have the power to give someone life or instantly take someone's life? Instantly take someone's life. The power to instantly take someone's life is equal to none. I can nearly do it now, but not without the proper incantations. Would you rather give up 1% of your own life to cast a spell or 5% of someone else's life? 1% of my own life. If I get to choose my spell, I would take this anytime. I think I could handle a bit of self-sacrifice to meet my goals. Would you rather reign over a demonic kingdom or serve in an angelic palace? Serve in an angelic palace. Nah, reign. They say it's better to rule in hell than it is to serve in heaven. If you had to choose between bringing a pet back to life or a person back to life, I'm going to go with a person. I do care more for animals than I do for people, but people are typically more useful. If you could turn invisible for 1 hour or breathe underwater indefinitely, what would you choose? Wait, I can only have 1 hour invincibility, invisibility for my entire freaking life? That's worthless. Now, that could get me out of a bad situation, and I could do a lot of good things to benefit myself with an hour of invisibility. But indefinite breathing underwater, that is infinitely more useful. Especially because I'm an aquaphobic. I've got nothing to fear if I can't actually drown. If you could cast a massive fireball to incinerate your enemies or turn them against each other for an hour, which would you choose? Oh, that's easy. Turn my enemies against one another. The massive fireball could damage me too. Would you rather summon an undead army to fight for you or call upon the spirits of the dead to haunt your enemies? Spirits is probably more useful because I can get them to think that they're going insane too. Also, an army of the dead might on its face seem more useful, but I mean, realistically, zombies ain't hard to stop. They're really not. In fact, there's areas in the world you can go to where zombies are completely useless. Like in extreme hot areas or in extreme cold areas. The extreme hot would just cause them to decay rapidly and get eaten up and destroyed by insects and parasites. In extreme cold temperatures, they don't have the body heat to sustain themselves. So they would basically just freeze instantly. So they're basically worthless. But spirits, they can work anywhere. I'd enjoy watching my enemies be haunted and tormented by souls of the fallen. Would you rather bless your greatest enemy with wealth and power or curse your own kingdom with terrible luck? I already do that without any trouble. So, I'm going to go with this one. No matter how much wealth or power they'd amass, one day I'd rise to claim it all. Would you rather have a pet dragon or a pet unicorn? This is an interesting question. I think I'm going to go with a dragon. But then again, I can't, like, how the hell am I going to consistently keep this thing fed? How big is the dragon? It's going to need mountains of food every day. Where the unicorn's probably just going to eat as much as a horse, maybe a little more. I think in a fantasy land, a dragon seems more fun and interesting. But in practical terms, the unicorn serves similar purposes. And it's just easier to sustain it. Also, aren't unicorns and dragons both supposed to be immortal? So yeah, I'm going to go with a unicorn. You've learned of an enemy church used by opposing forces for worship and prayer. Your troops fear that if the enemy is able to invoke the power of the gods, that it could spell doom for eternity. For your doom for your army. What do? Assure my troops that no harm will befall them. I'm going to assure my troops that no harm will befall them. Yeah, we shouldn't waste time with such fallacies. I agree. A great magician has offered their magical services to aid your army in war. They request 10% of all your army's food rations, but claim that they can turn the tide in your favor. Give them 10%. As a great magician myself, if I do say so, I know the value of such services. Word on the wind is that your kingdom has a curse lingering over it from sins of the previous cycle, from sins of the previous royals that held the crown. The curse is set to make sure that your defeat is inevitable in any future wars you wage unless royal blood is spilled on your side. What do you do? I'm gonna ignore the curse. No curse is gonna stop me. A powerful priestess has come to your kingdom, offering blessings for hire. She claims to be able to grant your kingdom various blessings for the low price of 10% of your livestock to be donated to her temple. Request a blessing of wealth. Request a blessing of power. Regress. Regress. Request a blessing of wealth probably sounds useful. Let's see what happens. You've discovered the whereabouts of an ancient tomb containing the supposedly cursed remains of a long-forgotten king. It is said that the wearer of the crown within the tomb possesses infinity power, but will eventually succumb to unending madness. Again, superstitious bullshit. Let's leave it alone and keep going. Your ancestors have found a way to get in contact with you from beyond the mortal realm, and they wish for you to heed a grave warning of the battle up ahead. They claim that if you send your troops into battle all at once, they will all perish, but if you send your troops into battle in small 10% increments at a time, you will surely be victorious. You're unsure of how this could possibly win you the battle ahead, as it seems like all the signs point to a guaranteed death for your army by sending in so few troops at a time. What do you do? Well, if they're able to reach me from beyond the grave, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send the 10% in. Let's see what happens. Maybe they had a trap waiting that's gonna wipe out my entire army in one go, and I only lose 10% of my army. Your army has just been decimated in battle, and you're one of the lone survivors returning home to give your king the news of your defeat. A wicked-looking woman comes to you in your dreams and tells you how to perform a ritual to bring your army back from the dead as mindless zombies in an effort to wreak havoc on the opposing kingdom for a second chance at victory. What do you do? Well, let's see what happens. I got nothing to lose here. I like the sound of an undead army bending to my will. Interesting choices. I'm beginning to understand more and more of how your mind works. Oh, is that so? You're a very pragmatic individual, Magnus. I detect a hint of conscience within that soul of yours, but you balance it well with what needs to be done. That's cute. Why don't we move on to the next set of questions, as I'm sure you've got more for me. Perhaps something a bit more grim. I'm feeling rather grim. Then perhaps we should focus on espionage, warfare, assassinations, things of that sort. And afterwards you can tell me how well you know me and how you've got it all figured out. Yes, proceed. Would you hire someone to kill your sworn enemy? Yes. I suppose if I wanted to relax for a weekend instead of doing it myself? Sure. Would you hire someone to investigate another person and deliver valuable information? Yep. That's something I can see myself doing? Sure. Do you believe that spies can be trusted? Yes. The right spies when threatened with enough pain? Yes. Would you ever be a spy for your kingdom? Yes. I can see myself walking in those shoes. Would you be an assassin if you knew you could always get away with it? Yes. Do you believe you'd be able to spot spies in your own inner circle? Yes. I can sniff out a rat from miles away. Would you give orders for an assassin to take out a high-ranking official, even if it would cost the assassin their own life? Yes. Seems really useful. Are you confident in your ability to devise an espionage mission that has a high chance of success? Yes. If someone asked you to spy on a close friend or relative, would you do it? Yes. Who's to say I haven't already? If someone gave you more wealth than you knew what to do with in exchange for information about your best friend that could possibly lead to their downfall, would you sell that information? No. Someone was plotting to kill a stranger, would you get involved in an attempt to stop it? Yes. A well-placed spy is more powerful than a strong army. Do you agree? Absolutely. A well-trained assassin is more important than a smart king. Do you agree? No. A smart leader is always the most important asset. Hey, what's up, Puggles? How you been, pal? You never really know someone until you know someone. Do you agree? Yeah, absolutely. It's important to keep your enemies close. Do you agree? No. Are you good at convincing people to trust you? Absolutely. Doesn't take much on my part to get people to trust me. As sinister as that sounds. Can you convincingly act saddened by an event that doesn't actually upset you? Yeah, I'm a good actor. Would you consider yourself cold or ruthless? Absolutely. I've been doing awesome, Puggles. What you been up to, pal? If your loved one was a spy and they got caught, would you give your life to save theirs? Depends. It depends. That really depends. What were they spying for? So no. No. I'd need to know what they were doing. What if they were doing something really screwed up? Just because I love you. If I find out you're doing something really messed up and evil, doesn't mean that I'm automatically going to give my life to save you. That's ridiculous. If you had a message for your king, but your life would be put in danger if you gave your king the message, would you still do it? Yes. Which do you feel is more important for a spy? To know how to lie incredibly well or be able to relay information with pristine accuracy and detail? Relay information. Would you rather train your spies with acting lessons or survival lessons? Survival lessons. By far and away. You're only as good as your escape plan, pal. Once shit hits the fan, what are you going to do? You can't act your way out of it anymore. You gotta survive. Would you rather send 10 mediocre spies to gather information? Or one very talented spy? No, because they're going to muddle it up. One great spy. Would you rather invest 10,000 gold pieces into training the ultimate spy, or 10,000 gold pieces into training the ultimate assassin? Well, the ultimate spy wouldn't get caught. So that automatically makes it much easier to dismantle the kingdom. One kills can sure change the tide of battle, but being able to dismantle the entire military from within itself is more useful. Would you rather have 100 soldiers to be trained as spies or 100 spies to be trained as soldiers? 100 soldiers to be trained as spies. Easy. Would you rather reward your spies with gifts for their service or threaten your spies? Reward my spies. Negative reinforcement is fucking useless. If your spies were to get caught, would you attempt to save them or let them die in foreign lands? I would let them die. If you're going to be a spy, you're going in there under the assumption that you may very well die, and you cannot release that information. So you're going with the intention that you might die. So I would let them die. Because if I attempt to save them, then I might, what's its face? They're going to try to use that leverage over me. If you were to capture an enemy spy, would you execute them or try to convert them? Attempt to convert them. We may be able to learn an awful lot from an enemy spy. I agree. If you found an enemy spy within your kingdom, would you torture them for information or offer them wealth in exchange for information? Offer the spy wealth. Absolutely. Would you be more likely to trust an enemy double agent who came clean, or your own kingdom's double agent who has been known to be untruthful? I'm gonna trust my own agent. If your best friend revealed that they were a spy for an enemy kingdom, would you turn them in or let them continue their mission? My best friend is trying to kill everybody. I'm turning them in. If you were a spy and you were caught by the enemy, would you give up information in exchange for your life, or take your kingdom's secrets with you to the grave? I mean, I'm very pragmatic here. I'm extremely pragmatic. So I would give up information. So, what? I'm going to die to save my kingdom? Or I'm going to protect my own life by giving up information? No. No. I have leverage here. I can provide information if they can give me some guarantees. So I would be pragmatic and I'd give up the information. Survival is the #1 goal here, pal. If you're a spy and you failed your mission and knew there was a small chance that the king would execute you if you return home, would you take the chance and return home or live alone? I'd live in the wilderness. Because if they just thought that I died out there, then they'd leave my loved ones alone. But if I tried to return to the kingdom, they would accuse me of ratting them out. And not only myself, but all of my people would be in danger. So I just live out there. Would you rather be in charge of trained spies who are really good at escaping dangerous solo situations, or really good at rescuing others from dangerous group situations? I'm going to go with spies who excel at solo missions. You found out that your king was corrupt, but his corruption would never affect you negatively, only benefit you. Would you turn on your king to save the people? Yeah, I'd turn on my king. Screw you. A group of your best spies have just been captured by the enemy, and they're being sentenced to death tomorrow at dawn. It took a decade to train these spies, and losing them would be quite a large hit to your kingdom. I'd send a small group of soldiers to rescue them by force. If it's one spy, that's one thing. But if it's an entire group of my best spies, I can't lose that many assets. You've made a grave mistake and trusted an enemy spy that could cost your kingdom tens of thousands of resources. They plan to reveal themselves to your king, as well as throw you under the bus in the process. What do you do? Go to your king first. You've sent one of your assassins to take out the opposing town guards to weaken their defenses for attack. Instead of killing the guards one by one, your assassin has decided it would be easier to poison the town well, contaminating their water supply. All of the town guards have been successfully eliminated. However, thousands of innocent men, women, and children have also fallen ill or died in the process. And the water supply is no longer usable. What do you do? Strip them of their job title. They cannot be trusted. We could have used all those townspeople. We could have built a stronger kingdom with all of them. That was a stupid move, killing all of them. One of your spies has stolen a great fortune from the opposing kingdom, but has stashed 50% of what they've looted in an undisclosed location. Tell them they can keep 25% of what they stole. Yeah, they don't get to decide what they keep. You drift off to sleep for the night, but are awoken by the sound of crying. You open your eyes and see your lover hovering over you with a dagger, a steady stream of tears flowing from their eyes. They reveal that they're supposed to assassinate you and that they've been lying to you all along, but they can't go through with it because they're madly in love with you. What do you do? Forgive my partner. Turn my partner in. They cannot be trusted. I'm going to forgive my partner. You've managed to capture a spy from an opposing kingdom. They're willingly giving up all the information about their kingdom, hopeful that you'll spare their life. Most of the information is relatively useless. What do you do? Thank them and let them go. I'm gonna let him go. You're in the royal chambers and you've been served a drink. Something seems suspicious about the beverage and you're almost 100% convinced that it's been tampered with. Yet you have no proof. What do you do? I'm gonna dump the drink. I do love risk, but the risk isn't worth the reward. I think I'm going to stop pretending to know you now, because you continue to surprise me. Yes, I have that effect on people. It's honestly slightly terrifying, Mr. Magnus. Yes, I also have that effect on people. What other questions do you have for me, King? I can tell you're learning, which means I'm an excellent teacher. I'm quite enjoying how intelligent I feel around such lowly, imbecile creatures. Imbecilical? Oh, imbecilic. Imbecilical creatures. I am an imbecilical. Myrtle! Well, that was harsh. Where are your feelings? I assure you I wasn't talking about you. And who were you talking about? Someone who looks just like you. And sounds like you. And wears a crown. And just happens to be sitting in your throne. But someone who isn't me. I don't know, sure. I've always been a terrible liar. Perhaps we should just continue with the questioning. That sounds like a swell idea. Do you believe that a strong defense is more important than a strong offense? No, a strong offense is better. Just run them straight over. Is iron stronger than wood? No. Wait. Yes. No. I'm gonna go with no. No. Because what he's basically asking is weapons better than infrastructure? And I'm gonna go with no. It depends on the situation and your definition is stronger. Iron is more durable, but wood has more uses. Exactly. Is wood stronger than brick? No. Wood is, again, replaceable. Is brick stronger than iron? Yes. Do you believe that war is more mental than physical? Absolutely. Would you consider yourself to be an expert tactician? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be physically strong? No! What I lack in physical strength, I make up for in ravishingly good looks. Would you consider yourself to be athletic? No. Not quite my strong suit. Would you consider yourself to be a genius? Yes. A smart man knows how smart he is. A wise man knows how smart he isn't. I am both. Would you consider yourself to be talented? Yes. Would you consider would you give your life to save a stranger? Yes, I guess. Would you give your life to save a loved one? Yes. Would you sacrifice a stranger's life to save a loved one? How would the circumstance even come about? You'd have to give me a scenario here. Damn. I suppose, yeah. I sacrifice a stranger's life just for the fun of it. Would you kill someone in cold blood to save your best friend? Yes. Would you accept payment in exchange for aid in combat? Yes. Do you believe you could survive as a prisoner of war? Depends. How long is this survival? And no, I can't say for sure, because I've never been a prisoner of war. But, I mean, they're designed to break you in every way, shape, and form, so probably not. If you had to resort to cannibalism, could you do it? No. If you knew you were going to die in battle, but your death would cause your kingdom to be victorious, would you still go to the battle and participate? Yes. If you knew that marching into battle would ensure the death of your entire army, but if you didn't march into battle, you would be in prison for treason, would you still march into battle with your army? No. Would you rather equip your army with many archers or many cavalry? Archers. Ranged combat is always more practical and useful. Would you rather equip your army with many cavalry or many foot soldiers? Gonna go with cavalry. Would you rather have 10 catapults with only 10 boulders to hurl or 1 catapult with 100 boulders to 10? How's that even a question? Would you rather train your army to be resilient in cold or hot temperatures? I think that it's easier to adapt to extremely hot temperatures than extremely cold temperatures. And more problems would arise for my soldiers in really, really cold temperatures. Would you rather equip your archers with longbows or crossbows? Crossbows are probably quicker. Less range, but they're going to be quicker. Would you rather beat your recruits for failing in training or starve recruits for failing? Starve. Would you rather execute troops who commit treason against your kingdom or banish them forever? Banishment. Would you rather live in a society where anyone can challenge the leader to be to a duel to the death to determine a new leader, or have the leadership be passed down from a royal bloodline? Dueling. Let's duel! If you had to choose between saving 5 family members or 1,000 soldiers, 1,000 soldiers. Easy. Sorry, fam. You're dead. Would you rather be a judge or an executioner? I'd rather be a judge. Would you rather be famous or infamous? Famous. Would you rather never lose a battle but never win a war, or never win a war but always win your battles? Always win my wars. Would you rather be an expert duelist or an expert tactician? Tactician, for sure. Would you rather possess superhuman strength or superhuman intelligence? Hell yeah. Would you rather fight your battles using sword and shield or ranged weaponry? Ranged weaponry all the way. Your men are preparing for war and they're scared out of their minds. They're sure that they're marching to their deaths, and it's your job to speak to them before the battle. What do? Tell them if you don't fight, they'll be executed anyway. Tell them of the riches that there is if they had to have succeeded. Tell them that the gods always favor the brave. Tell them they must fight for their families to survive. Think of your families. Word spreads through the ranks of a surging mutiny. At the head of the group of mutinous soldiers is one of your most skilled warriors. What do? Try to reason with the soldier. Your soldiers have been marching for many days and they're beginning to miss their families greatly. You feel that a morale boost of some kind is in order. What do? Yeah, let them return home, but alternate them. Makes perfect sense. That's what we do in the actual military. Enemy forces have abandoned their kingdom and seek to join yours. What do you do? Welcome them into our army. A prisoner of war you've been keeping is trying to warn you of a conversation they overheard. They claim that someone within your ranks is plotting your death. Confront my potential assailant directly. Yeah, I'm going to confront him. Your army has decided to march on without you, fighting for their own cause instead of the cause your king has placed before them. Convince them that their way is not the best way. Your scouts tell you that a massive army is just over the hills, planning a devastating sneak attack on your kingdom. Raise defenses and fortify the walls. Let's do it. I believe I have enough information on this topic. I'm quite impressed, Magnus. You never cease to amaze me. After each round of questions, you prove to be a wealth of knowledge. Or perhaps I'm just very deceptive. But you said that you're terrible at lying. Sounds like something a liar would say. I have one more round of questions for you. Answer these and I will have a clear direction to take my kingdom in over the next 12 months. Would you consider yourself to be a reasonable person? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be an honest person? To some degree, yes. Would you consider yourself to be loyal? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be more intelligent? Yes. Is blood always thicker than water? No. Family's not always blood. That I believe in to the core. Are you able to go days without eating without it negatively impacting your mood? Yes. Done it once, probably going to be doing it again. Yes, I'm always in a chipper mood, can't you tell? Is your social standing important to you? Yes. Do you partake in alcohol? Nope. Do you partake in drugs? Nope. Are you of sound body and mind currently? Yep. Would you consider yourself to be trustworthy? Yes. Do you sometimes put yourself before others? It depends on the circumstances. So, on a sometimes level? Yep. Would you consider yourself to be selfish at times? Yep. Would you consider yourself to be somewhat evil? Yep. Would you consider yourself to be to have a good heart? Yes. Do you have an incredibly guilty conscience? Nope. Do you love many people in your life? No. Would you consider yourself to be confident? Absolutely. Would you consider yourself to be a fast learner? Yep. Would you consider yourself to be quick-tempered? Nope. Would you rather be a leader? Leader? Have you seen me? I always lead. Would you rather follow a strong but mean king or a weak but nice king? A weak but nice king. Would you rather take the blame for something you did or take the credit for something you didn't do? I'd rather take the blame. Fight a strong warrior to the death or play a fatal game of chess with a wizard. Well, I'm not going to beat him in a strength match, but play a fatal game of chess with a wizard? That sounds interesting. Would you rather die for what you believe in or kill for what you believe in? I'd rather kill for my beliefs. Would you rather be able to fly or be able to turn your body from solid to liquid? Ability to fly, hell yeah. Would you rather fight a lion to the death or be eaten alive by a bear? So you're basically asking me, would I rather die a painful death or have a chance to survive in a very painful fight? Obviously, I'm going to choose that. Also, you have no chance against a grizzly in a fight. A black bear, you have a chance. A polar bear, you're screwed. But a lion, you can fight. You have a chance. Wizards have magic that can magically cheat. Yeah, but the strongest warrior in the land, he doesn't need to cheat. He's got muscles to tear you in half. Would you rather never eat a solid food again or never consume liquid beverages again? Never eat solid food. Would you rather leave your friends and family behind or never meet anyone new in your life ever again? Never meet anyone new in life. I'd rather be a jester that everyone loved rather than a tyrant that everyone hates. Oh well, that just sounds like my dream job. Would you rather rule over a massive army or a small band of troops? My merry band of idiots. Would you rather travel the world freely but have no home or build an impregnable fortress that you never leave? I'd rather travel the world like a vagabond. Nah, I'd rather have my fortress of solitude. I'd rather solve problems without violence. Would you rather trust a liar or lie to someone who believes you to be honest? I'd rather lie to someone who believes I'm honest. If you had to choose between killing your favorite pet in order to eat it to survive or die of starvation, which would you choose? I'd eat my favorite pet. Or die of starvation. I'm not going to live much... Wait. In order to survive. But for how long? I'd only get sustenance for just a little while. The local innkeeper has been caught running a brothel. His prostitutes have made him a wealthy man, and he's refused to share his wealth with the prostitutes. Execute the innkeeper and the prostitutes. Give the prostitutes the gold and the innkeeper nothing. Let the whores enjoy their earnings. That should be the title of this video. An old man was caught for stealing bread for his family. The punishment for theft in my kingdom is the loss of your left hand. Buy the old man bread for his family. A princess from a neighboring kingdom has come seeking marriage. She has proven to be very powerful, but not to be trusted. Court her, but keep your cards close to your chest. We'll see what she's truly made of in time. Plague has been sweeping nearby villages, but it hasn't entered the kingdom yet. Many people have fallen ill or died. What should we do? Send our priests out to heal the sick. A strange, monstrous new race has begun to appear around the land. They seem to speak our language reasonably well, but they are savage, uncivilized, and lure and trap our people to feed on their corpses. So they're like just zombie cannibal people? Cool. They hunt us like wild animals, and they're bigger, stronger, faster, and perhaps even more clever than we are. What should we do? Let's capture them and unleash them behind enemy walls. Can I be in your merry band of idiots? Hell yeah, you can, Puggles. I thought you already were. A traveling bard has come through the kingdom, who claims to have a magical song that can turn the tide of any battle. Hell yeah! This is like really D&D all of a sudden. For his services, he requests room and board in the castle with unlimited food and the fairest of maidens. We believe him to be true to his word. What should we do? I mean, he's already going to be getting everything he wants. He can play a kick-ass tune. Offer the bard what he wants. An old baker woman has come forth, demanding that we offer her and her children immunity to tax collection. She didn't give a good reason other than she felt like the kingdom takes too much from her in her situation and she has too many mouths to feed to be able to afford any taxes. Take one of her children so she has one less mouth to feed. I'm going to explain that everyone has to pay taxes. I believe I've gathered enough information about you, your morals, your advisory capabilities, and ultimately what I should do with my kingdom over the next 12 months. So does that mean you're done with me now, King? For the time being, yes. Over the next year, I will be instituting changes that need to be made based on your answers. At the end of these 12 months, I will update you with a progress report of how things have turned out. If my kingdom falls into ruin, then I suppose I will take it as a learning lesson and relinquish you of your title of royal advisor and allow you to carry on in your travels. If your kingdom does not fall into ruin, then we'll know for certain that the advice you've offered has proven to be beneficial, and I suppose that means I'll owe you a great deal. So in other words, you will be indebted to me. Yes, I suppose if you wish to put it that way, that would be accurate. Very good. Well then, King, I suppose I shall take my leave. I assume you have my chambers already prepared. I do not wish to sleep in a cell for the next year. Of course. Your private chambers have been prepared while our advisory session was in progress. I will have my guards take you there now. That's awfully kind of you, King, but I'm a big boy. I can find them on my own. Besides, I've got some exploring to do within the castle walls before I slumber. Upon joining King Harald's ranks and being recruited as his royal advisor, many changes have come to pass over the last year. Oh, wait, am I going to get to see how it played out? King Harald has heeded your advice in many ways, imposing changes throughout the kingdom in hopes of prosperity and growth. The progress has been documented, and the result of the report is as follows. 32% more cavalry has been recruited. Archers have received 18% better training. Crossbowmen and longbowmen have begun working together, and their strategic prowess have increased by 28%. Swordsmen have improved their skills by 18%. Your army is 11% less susceptible to hunger pains while marching. Your troops have learned to gather food and purify water with 22% increased efficiency. Your troops' knowledge of wilderness survival has increased by 34%. The morale of your troops has increased by 31%. Your military prowess overall has increased by 68%. Your army was able to repel 19 attacks made against your kingdom. Your army managed to capture 15 outposts, 9 villages, and 1 castle. Your kingdom's population has increased by 22%. Lord Farron made 5 unsuccessful attempts to attack your kingdom, each time thwarted more easily than the previous attempt. Holy shit! I am awesome! You've suffered 19% military casualties over the last 12 months. You've recruited a total of 24% more troops than what you've lost. Your defenses are 37% stronger than ever before. During a scouting mission, your spies have received revealed crucial information that has led to much success in warfare. You've been able to successfully flank the enemy on several occasions and won battles that you otherwise would not have been able to win without their expertise. Well done. Trade and commerce has increased by 21%. Your spies have successfully completed 15 missions. 5 successful assassinations were carried out on an opposing enemy forces. Your people are 37% happier than ever before. With the aid of a magnificent bard, you've managed to increase the morale of your troops. The bard has a hefty price for his services, but with your management advice, you were able to have him work for room and board, meager rations that would have otherwise gone to waste. Overall assessment of your advisory skills? Excellent. Damn. Awesome. I kind of want to see what other people get. Your secret word is fame. Yeah, I know the drill. Oh, this is my place now. Who the hell is knocking at this ungodly hour? Open up, Magnus. We know you're in there. Just break the damn thing down. Bring him in. Hello again, Magnus. Wish we could meet under better circumstances. Billy Buckles? What the hell is going on here, Billy? Oh, Bill Buckles here says you two are the best of friends. Oh? Is that so? Do you have any idea who I am, magician? Can't say I do, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. I'm Captain Wallace of King Farron's army. Oh, these douchebags. I serve the brother to King Harold. Harold. I don't know. Uh-huh. Continue. You see, we've been after King Harold for some time now, and he was right where we wanted him. Lord Farron was just about to crush this kingdom and overtake it once and for all, but somehow they managed to do a 180-degree turn and make one hell of a comeback. Now a little birdie tells me that the king has a new advisor, and something tells me that you're the one responsible for these recent changes. I'm the little birdie he's referring to, in case you were wondering. Of course you were, Billy Buckles! Yep, I've gathered that. Thanks for clarification, though, Billy. Sorry, Magnus. I didn't mean any harm by opening my big, fat mouth. They just picked me up one day and... That's enough out of you. Now, Magnus, we want you to bring you to our kingdom so you can advise Lord Farron and leave the shithole behind. And why would I want to do something like that? Because if you don't, there will be consequences. Now, we don't want to hurt you. Billy buckled under pressure. You're right! But we can either do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. Interesting. Would you be so kind as to explain the difference between the two for me, Captain? Well, you see, you can either come willingly, nice and easy-like, or we can take your best friend here and we can bash his brains in until you decide to join us. The choice is yours. Bloody hell, mate. You fucking killed him. Oh. I killed Billy Buckles. I didn't expect that's what had happened. Well. Oh, dear. It appears you've just lost your bargaining chip and any leg you had to stand on. What a pity. How could you just... This seems to be a massive miscalculation on your part, Captain Wallace. Perhaps you should tell me again about this hardware that you mentioned earlier. Look! There has to be some sort of agreement we could come to. Oh. Now you wish to negotiate. Lord Farron needs your help. I bet you I'm going to revive this guy. I bet you I'm going to revive Billy Buckle. Lord Farron needs your help. King Harald isn't what you think he is. Please, Magnus. We could really use your expertise. Yes, I don't doubt that. Lord Farron has much to offer you. Does he now? I'm sure you've heard of the staff of Mordalius. You're lying. Cross my heart, hope to die. And you will. I'm not lying, Magnus. I swear to you. We picked it up on an island not far from here. We learned of an ancient artifact located nearby, so we ventured forth. Turns out the legends were true. Wasn't even that hard to fetch, surprisingly. We anticipated a great deal of resistance if such an artifact were to exist, but the natives of the land didn't put up much of a fight. This is certainly not the proposition I was expecting when you came barging into my chambers. You wouldn't regret joining us, Magnus. But if we're going to make this happen, you're going to need to swear out for your loyalty to King Harald once and for all. So what do you say? Do we have a deal or not? This concludes part 1. My secret word is fame. So I guess this is one of the stories that's going to be continued. Interesting. Alright. I guess, Buckles ain't gonna be revived. I guess Buckles is fuckled. I've tried all of your games. You don't need to ask me to try them. I've basically played them all. Anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the stream. This is going to be the end of this YouTube video. If you had fun, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like, and if you're watching from Twitch, thanks. Subscribe there, too. That would help me, or give me bits. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do. I had fun. Hope you did, too. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do some more stuff and things, and, other than that, you guys have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Later.